group of friends. It was like he had a burning urge to help and to see everybody doing well, even if it meant to his own detriment. When he would give gladly and not expect anything in return, he was truly a blessing and a godsend to all that had the pleasure of being around him. Because Keenan really was a God-fearing man and a praying man too. When I think that I will no longer get the 3 a.m. calls with a voice on the other side saying, Jay, listen to this, I shatter. I would like to think of myself as a sounding board along with younger Ezra. Everyone knows not to really call me after 10 p.m. but for Forbes it didn't really matter and he didn't really care. It didn't matter what the time was, he would call me at 3 a.m. when those were his working hours. I would always ask myself, but this man is so talented, so talented. Why would he feel the need to call me and ask me if this sounds good, if this chorus works, if this is how it's gonna go? But then I remembered, because he is selfless, and as selfless as he was, he expected nothing less from the ones that he loved. He commanded you to be as selfless and as giving as he was, and that's something that you've got to admire. To Uncle Tony, to Lynn, Stephen, to Nadia, to Zintle and all extended family members, my prayers are with you every day, and I can't even begin to fathom how you feel. This is not only a loss for your family, but a loss for the entire world at large. We feel your pain, and I grieve with you, and I mourn with you, and I ask that God look after you during this tumultuous period. And to the Mega C, condolences. Let love fuel you and let love lead. I know you're upset, and I know you're angry, and I know you're heartbroken. But allow me to quote the Super Mega when I say, I never lack peace inside my heart. I tell her, let bygones be bygones. I kill him with kindness one by one. Please come one by one, because Jesus is my plug. At this stage, we're left with more questions than answers. But I choose to celebrate the life that Keenan lived, which is a very purposeful. So I wrote this little blurb. It says, Keenan's life, what a beautiful mystery. A real-time tell-all book with all the plots and twists of a midweek soapy. But a life filled with love, a life filled with truth and purpose. A life that inspired many and a life that taught many. The life of a father, a businessman, a risk-taker, a multi-hyphenate, a bon vivant artiste par excellence. A life of a loud lover and an affectionate man who is never shy. The life of an organic intellectual, a believer and a God-fearer. The life of a praying man who spent most of his time on his knees with his hands to the sky. The beautiful life of Keenan Jared Forbes. Rest in peace, Mega. When I say super, you say Mega, super! Super! I just don't have the order to rest in peace, boy.
Hi, SR Squad. JR paid his tribute to AKA. Guys, all I can say is that AKA made so much change in South Africa, in people's lives, from his fans to his family to his friends. He made a whole change, and you can see how they speak of him, like he has so much life in him. And the new revelation, something I didn't know, is that AKA literally changed, especially in the past few months, because he wanted to be closer to God. He wanted to have a relationship with God, and to prove that, you guys, he also on his upcoming album, he featured Joy Celebration. Unfortunately, he won't live to see all of that, but fortunately we will be like having all of the music, because that's what he wanted. But it's so beautiful at the fact that he changed. He was a changed man, and a lot of people witnessed that, especially people who were close to him witnessed all of that. Some of the changes that they witnessed was when they were about to perform. Always Keenan will ask them to like pray before they go on stage, which is something he wasn't doing before. And you can literally see that someone would say maybe he knew that his days are coming to an end, because suddenly he just became a good man. He wanted to be closer to God, and he was so close to a pastor. I just forgot his name now. He was the one who opened the memorial service with a prayer. May his soul rest in peace, and may he fight for his justice when he is in heaven, because we deserve to know who did this. His family need closure at the end of the day. Anyway, as our squad, do comment down below. Let me know, what do you think about this? May his soul continue to rest in peace. We will make sure that his legacy live forever, because he made sure that he left us with his music, and he left us with his precious gift. And this is what we are going to be praising him for, remembering him for his music, for his beautiful heart, for him being a good dad.
God bless you, family. It's a blessing once again to be before you and to speak to you. I believe that God is doing great things in your lives, and God is doing great things for you. Now, family, the Lord has always been speaking, and He's speaking and will continue to speak. And the Lord has spoken to me once again that I bring it to your attention, the mind of the Lord in this season, especially concerning the nation of South Africa. Now, the Lord has spoken to me that it is only in darkness where the light of the Lord shines, and it is only in despair where faith grows. Now, this is the word of the Lord that the Lord has spoken to me concerning the nation of South Africa. Faith grows in darkness. In the season of darkness, you will have to call upon the Lord. In the season of darkness, your desperation for the light will increase. In despair, faith grows. God has not forgotten South Africa, and God will not forget South Africa. God will not ignore the prayers and the promises He has made that He will save this country. Pray without ceasing, for in despair faith grows, and in darkness the light shines brighter. When the Lord does what He has promised, you will be called a new people of a new nation. When the Lord does what He has promised, South Africa, you will be called a new people, and you will be called a new nation. The old has to die for the new to arise. God is in control, and He will not let you down. In despair, faith in darkness, the light shines brighter. The God of heaven will overtake darkness and bring a solution where no one was looking, where no lion could reach and where no eagle could see. The God of heaven will bring a solution. No one was looking, nowhere the lion could reach, and not where even an eagle could see. How God is going to change the nation of South Africa, only the people will realize that this is the hand of God. God will bring hope in unexpected places and salvation in a time when nobody could imagine. When all happens, no one will be able to claim their glory, for all the people in one accord will say, "This is the hand of God." No one else could do this but God. Nobody else could make this happen but only God. A time where the people will be united regardless of race, creed, and ethnicity, where they will shout that God has given us justice against our enemies, where they say we owe our allegiance to God, the God of heaven, the God of our fathers. In that very day, a true remnant of people whom the Lord has kept for himself will rise, and the world will know that Jesus Christ reigns over the nations of the world.